episode 2 of Am I the Asshole? Featuring George, Brad. Okay, we're gonna jump right into it. Are you ready? Okay. The viewer said that you needed to speak up into the mic more. I have the big mic today, Big Daddy. So we'll see. Okay. Am I the asshole? My husband has a few international colleagues visiting the US soon, and he wants to do some fun things while they're here. My husband told me he wants to ask my brother to borrow his new muscle car to take his colleagues for a joyride, and I said not to ask my brother for something like that. My husband proceeded to say that I'm selfish, my family has issues sharing, and that he's sorry he's married into a family like this. My point of view, my brother is not made of money and has worked his ass off the past 8 years to dig himself out and make a name for himself, and he just treated himself to his new to him dream car. I don't think it's right to ask him to lend his new baby to my husband and 3 other people he's never met. Yes, my husband is responsible, but my brother has no idea who these people are. That would be using his personal property. I also don't want to jeopardize my brother's insurance rates should an accident ever happen. Insurance follows vehicles, not drivers. I think my husband should rent a car if he wants to do this. Am I the asshole?
I don't think so. I think if they were close, if the husband and her brother were close, it wouldn't be an issue. He would have just asked him. And the guy would have said yes, but obviously.
I don't think you should even put somebody in the position of even asking them to drive their new muscle car.
No.
You shouldn't put in some random people and take them on a joyride. That's like you calling your brother who you're not close with at all. If we can go drive his Tesla around, and it's like you guys know each other very well, and he's known me for 11 years, so he doesn't even know these people.
Yeah, I think it's kind of stupid.
I think the guy's an asshole, and to take it to the extreme of saying, I'm sorry I'm married into this family. Like, okay, go throw a temper tantrum somewhere else. Okay. Let's see. Are you ready? Am I the asshole for not agreeing to co-sign my mother's house and pay her $800 a month to help her cover the mortgage? I, a 29-year-old woman, and my mother, 54, I am trying to work on boundary setting and how to say no, but I wasn't sure about this particular decision to say no to my mother. For context, oh my gosh, this is a long one. For context, I was on vacation in Denver, Colorado with my best friend. We'll call her Jackie. Anyways, day 2 of the trip, my mother is calling me frantically. I answered the phone, and all she told me was to be available in 6 hours for a serious chat. I was super worried and nervous those 6 hours. Finally, we get back to the hotel room, and my mother calls me to let me know that her landlord had passed away suddenly. My mom and dad had lived in the house for over 20 years. Due to a nasty separation, my father wasn't living there anymore, but would still send her money for living expenses. She asked me if I and my husband would be willing to co-sign on her house and send her $800 of the $1,100 possible mortgage. Now, let me make a few things apparent. Myself and my husband make a good combined income that we are rebuilding on credit. That being said, we had just bought a new home and had been living in it for only 3 months. My mother and I have not been close since I was 19, and she has made zero effort to meet me halfway when I extend the olive branch. She also doesn't have a relationship with my husband. However, She will call as if she's in a bad financial situation. She has a full-time job and only pays a little over $20 an hour, and she wasn't pre-approved to purchase the whole house. I suggested that she moves into an apartment and save money, as she would be approved for the income-based housing in my estate, but she said she didn't want to part with her 6 pianos, 7-foot china hutches, and over 300 porcelain dolls. I was shocked that she had so much stuff. I knew she had a slight issue with hoarding, but my father had told me that it had gotten to record highs. She begged him to say yes to her proposal, and told me that in turn she would try harder to work on her estranged relationship. I told her to give me the evening to call my husband and tell him what was going on. I spoke with him and my best friend for about an hour, and with the support of my therapist, I was able to make a decision that myself and my husband were comfortable with. I called my mother back and told her, no, we already bought a house and I don't want to be paying on his second one I won't even be living in. I did tell her that me and my husband would be happy to pay her for odd jobs or errands that would pay her for it, but not $800. She argued with me for the next 3 days about my decision and that I needed to convince my husband to do it because she was scared that she couldn't buy the house, and I kept reminding her that she could downsize and live in a better financial situation. She just yelled at me and told me she couldn't part with her collection.
So her mom just wants her to pay her mortgage payment for her.
$800 of an $1,100 mortgage payment. So over like half. Who do you think's the asshole?
I mean, that doesn't sound like. I think she's making the right decision. Because who knows if she's gonna even come up with 800. I mean, of the remaining. I
was about to say.
Like the remaining 300.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that's your mom, but
Yeah,
they're
but
not close, and
$300, like that's all she has to come up with for rent. Like, can you imagine, like, if our rent was only $300? Like, what is she doing with her money? Like, just hoarding and buying stuff for her collection? I feel like she's wasting her money. Which, if I was only paying $300 rent, I would have a TJ Maxx, hoarding situation here.
like if we could do it, we could do it for like your parents or my parents or something because we're close. But it seems like
Even then, I wouldn't put myself in a struggling position if I just bought a house. I would just say, like, you're always free to, like, bring your stuff here. We'll help you find a place, and
you just pay $30 a month and have it all put in storage, and she wouldn't lose it. Save yourself $800 a month.
I think she likes to look at it, maybe. I don't know. She sounds like a narcissist and a whack job. Okay. Do you want to read one?
No.
Why? Do you think I read too fast?
No, you're good.
Am I the asshole? I've worked for my current organization for a little over a year. It wasn't my dream job going into it, which I knew, but one that I could do well because I've done the exact same job in the past at other locations. I work at least 1 week in a month, which I knew the minimum going into it. However, many of the people in the organization have been there for decades and honestly suck at their jobs. They are there simply to collect a paycheck and not let go, lay down, baby, and shirk every time possible responsibility here's where Am I the Asshole might come in. I received a job offer for a new position. I found out literally the day before the job offer that I am pregnant. It wasn't planned, but is very much welcomed. I accepted the job offer, and I've been working for a couple weeks, but I haven't mentioned the pregnancy yet. Obviously, I know I have too soon. Am I the asshole for accepting the position and not saying that I'm pregnant yet? What was the backstory? Why did you have...
She didn't say no, saying that she was pregnant yet. She just said, I
Yeah.
don't know if
She's saying, am I the asshole for accepting the position and not saying anything yet about our pregnancy?
Are you sure it's about the company or to... Is it about the pregnancy or to the company that she's working for?
No. No, she said, I've been working for a couple weeks, but I haven't mentioned the pregnancy yet. Obviously, I know I'll have to soon. Am I the asshole for accepting the position and not saying...
This comment here, she says, you owe them nothing.
You know them nothing. You owe them nothing about saying that you're pregnant. Well, I mean, I don't know how you're saying, like, if she's worked there for a couple weeks, how in the actual hell would she work there for a couple of weeks and not tell the other company?
I mean, I don't think that she's an asshole for not saying anything yet. She just started. But
I'm just so confused as to what the backstory. Why did she need to get into the backstory? I really don't know. What do you want to read the comments? What are you doing?
well, that's what's, I just don't want it. That's just not that big of a... Am I the asshole? I thought it was more... Am I the asshole for not saying... I don't know.
You legally aren't even required to tell them you're pregnant. It would actually be illegal for them to not hire you because you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So it's about her being pregnant. But why did she get the backstory about her other job? Like, we don't give a shit. Why wouldn't you just say, I started a new job and I haven't told him I'm pregnant and I found out before I started? Am I the asshole? Why did you need to tell us your other job sucked? All jobs are like that. The people that do the least amount of work are in leadership positions. Like, that's the fucked up reality.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one.
Yeah, that was stupid. Sorry, but congratulations on your pregnancy. Okay. Am I the asshole?
Go ahead and click on it, see more.
Thank you so much.
It might be like 10 pages long.
My 2024 grad took senior photos and they turned out amazing. The large company charges an arm and a leg for the photos. When we saw the prices, we suggested we share the cost across us and the grandparents, each paying $500 toward the purchase of all the photos. 100 total photos, many different scenes and outfits. My husband's mother, when we approached her, refused and said, welcome to adulting. We requested an 8x10 photo. I said I would see if we could purchase that from the photo studio. My husband and I paid the whole $2,000 for the USB of all the photos and are now refusing to allow any to be printed by family for themselves. My parents paid $500 and were given a copy of all the photos on USB. The studio does not sell individual photos, only packages, and now I am telling my mother-in-law she has to contact the studio and purchase the package for herself. The cheapest with an 8x10 will cost her $800 more after taxes and will only be one of the poses that she likes. If she had been more kind and less bitchy when originally approached, I would use the full USB for $500, but now I won't and won't even show her the photos at all. Am I the asshole? Yeah, you're an asshole. Nobody, I mean, some people don't have $500 to pay for a $2,000 photo shoot for your fucking senior graduating. I'm really bitchy tonight and this is pissing me off. Ooh, you are an entitled piece of shit. If you think that somebody...
Pay that much for photos? Do She just went somewhere crazy expensive.
Yeah, and then she expects people to pay $500 if they want a picture.
Yeah, she's an asshole. What the fuck?
Yeah. What a douche.
What do the comments say?
Okay.
That person says,
Yeah, you're the asshole. You're the asshole. Pay for your kids' pictures and share them with your family. If you can't afford a $2,000 photographer without demanding money from the rest of your family, maybe that photographer is out of your price range. I couldn't even imagine charging my family members for pictures of my kids. If they wanted to pay for like copies, I understand that. Like saying like, can you order me an 8x10 like from like Small Woods or something, like framed and printed and everything, like here's $20. Not that I would even do that. That would be kind of reasonable. But to say like you owe me $500 for pictures, like that's crazy. You're the asshole. I've never expected some Louis. That snap is gonna be louder than her meow. So yeah, that's really rude. Yeah, they're all saying she's an asshole, so. Wait a minute, $2,000 on grad photos. Not only are you the asshole, you are incredibly petty. You're the asshole, so you bought the pictures to lord them over people. That's ridiculous. Why even get photos if you refuse to share them? How does your child feel about being stuck in this immature bullshit? Cut it out. Go apologize to your mother-in-law. We're back. Okay, sorry about that intermission. Okay. Are you getting ASMR? Yeah, I better stay that up. Okay, let's see. Here's one. Are you ready?
Yep.
I haven't eaten all day except yogurt. I need to eat something. It's late. It's dark outside. Okay, this is a long one, but let's get into it. Am I the asshole? My kids were invited to a birthday party, so I took them. The kids are off playing, and I'm sitting with the family. The family and friends speak other languages, some French, some Spanish. I do not. So everyone around me is having conversations I am not a part of, which I honestly don't mind. I figured since I'm not having conversations with anyone, this would be a good time to work on some emails that I've been putting off but need to do for work. I do this on my phone. My husband said I looked rude to be sitting on my phone during the party, regardless if I was sitting on my phone or not. I was not talking to anyone else. He said it was just party etiquette and the emails could have waited. They could have, but as I said there for a full hour prior to starting, and honestly just got bored. Was I in the wrong? And then she edited responses to popular questions. No, my husband was not there. He dropped us off and went to run errands and picked us up. So I was on my phone and asked me about it, mentioned it appeared rude to him, so I was questioning myself. I hate offending people, so I didn't have a car with me to go sit in. It was so odd that I don't know that I even would have if I did have it. I was sitting in the only shaded area of the park with the group, but slightly off to the side. It was incredibly odd. The invites specifically requested parents to stay since the party was at a public splash pad, and they knew there would be a lot of kids, too many for the party goer to keep an eye on, or the party planner. Being that it was at a public park, I wouldn't have dropped him off, even if they hadn't requested parents to stay. I had actually planned on hanging out in another area, but it was too hot to really be anywhere else for long. My kids are old enough to not want me in the splash pad area with them, 2nd and 5th grade, so I tried to not close to me, I did make it a point to greet them. It didn't happen often, but when it did, I put my phone down. Am I the asshole? No, she sat there for an hour and just listened to people talk. And I mean, like, she was on her phone at a kids' party where other people were speaking in a language she couldn't understand. No.
I don't think so.
Do you want to elaborate?
No, I don't think that she's an asshole. She was nice to everybody. Everybody was doing their own thing. She was doing hers. Not the asshole. That's what I would have been doing.
You would do that even if you spoke the language. You'd be like, changing my lineup for fantasy football. Taylor Swift's boyfriend, putting him in.
Yeah.
Okay. Anonymous participant. Let's see if they're the asshole. I can already tell you that I'm gonna be on this person's side because I don't play when it comes to kids and cigarette smoke. So, and I've already seen that. My mom smokes like a freight train. She's always been like that. She will light one cigarette and forget about it or lose it, then light another one. She smokes throughout her entire home. My father has COPD, and she's had a brother that died from lung cancer. I talked to her before I was pregnant and sitting at her table having a conversation with her, and she knew I was pregnant. She got angry that I'd ask her to wear a layer or cover over her clothes when she held my newborn, and stopped visiting for about a month. Let me add that she works 8 to 12 shifts when they are not allowed outside breaks, so she can go without smoking. She can go without smoking. I've presented her information from the CDC, my pediatrician, and still to no avail. She believes I'm the asshole. So am I. I've never smoked. My husband stopped smoking years before we met. Our home has been smoke-free since we moved in. Update. I am well aware that this is an addiction. I have my battles with food, so I do understand that battle with an addiction. I try to be compassionate, but I grew up in a do as I say, not as I do, and you can do what you want and when you get your own home, but you will do as I say while you live under my roof type household. So needless to say, that is why I partially feel the way I do. Am I the asshole? No, it's how are people even question her? Smoking is not good around babies. It's not good for your mom, but that's her decision, her body. But hold on, I'm gonna lock it on. Is it already locked? Okay. Lock it on so it doesn't change the lighting so much. Anyways, what the heck? That made it really dark. Okay, maybe I won't do that. Anyways, no, you're not the asshole. And if, all she said, that sounds similar to some stuff we've been through. It's like when you set a boundary with your family, even if it's simple, can you come over in smaller groups? You're not the asshole. You just had a baby. She said, can you change your clothes or put no. No.
I think it's pretty easy when she's not the asshole.
Was I the asshole?
No.
Good answer. You don't want to get into it on ASMR talk. What is this podcast called? Really bad podcast. There's probably Am I the Asshole podcast. What could it be called?
That was one.
asshole. I'm a grad student, and the parking lot that I usually park in gets packed super fast. You have to be there before 9 a.m. usually to get a spot. Usually people, including me, have a circle. I have to circle around the lot several times and hope you catch someone leaving. I had to do this today. My first class isn't until 9:30, but I usually try to arrive by 9 to get a spot. And then we'll typically hang out in my car for 15 minutes before heading in. Today, when I arrived, I had to circle around the parking lot for like 10 to 15 minutes. I still had about 5 minutes to chill in the car to listen to music and check my emails before going in. Well, when I was sitting in my car doing so, this woman comes up to my window saying, "Are you leaving?" And I tell her, "No, I'm not." Then she rolls her eyes at me and gives me a dirty look before going back to her car to continue circling the parking lot. My car was on, and I assumed she thought I was sitting in my car hanging out before leaving, so other people could park. Am I the asshole for sitting in my car and I guess misleading people who are desperately looking for a parking spot? Is this freaking for real? She got there early and found a spot and sat there for a few minutes. Oh, yes, you're an asshole for writing this post and making me freaking read it, you dumbass. Oh my god, this is really aggressive. Don't you think that that's stupid to even write that out?
Yeah.
Like, I have anxiety, but it's like, I'm gonna call Paige and ask her. And she's gonna be like, "No." And I'll call you and you'll be like, "What the hell? Why are you calling me asking me that stupid shit?" No, can you imagine posting that on Facebook? Look at my nails. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah.
I'm asking the viewers, not you. Okay. Okay, so I want you to say, let's listen. There's some tea on this. Are we dating the same guy? It's so funny. Some of these are really funny. Like, look at this. Look at this ugly guy. Well, that doesn't have any good ones. Anybody have any tea on him? Okay, some of these are hilarious. I'm so glad I groomed this. Join this group. Okay. Hey ladies, this is my long-term boyfriend. If you've been messaging him on Tinder or hooking up with him, I'd love to chat. He swears he doesn't use his very clearly marked active profile. And we're gonna out him. John Atkins. He's from Cross Lanes. We're gonna out him. Look at that. Like, why, if you're in a serious relationship, why are you on Tinder? Have you ever been on Tinder before?
No.
Like when you were single? I don't think Tinder was out before we met, like 10, 11 years. Well, no. How long have we been together? How long have we been together, you think?
Like 15 years.
15 years. We've been together for 15 years.
10.
No. No.
13.
Wow, we haven't been together. We've been together. This will be our 12th year together.
I know.
Why are you fucking with me?
She needs to get off Facebook. I've been talking about him on Facebook and just dump his ass. He's on Tinder. Obviously he's cheating on you, you fucking retard. Like, what the fuck? Why would you want to talk to his girlfriend? Just dump his ass.
Yeah, really. Like, who would want to date him anyways? He's like this. In this picture, he looks like he just got fresh lip filler. Tea without sugar, Chris Lonis from Weston. He's a liar and a cheater, talking to me while seeing another girl he doesn't want a relationship. Lies after lies. That wasn't a question. Are we dating the same guy? She's just like, I guess she's just outing him, letting the ladies know.
I would just do first names.
Why? You think they're gonna send me a cease and desist? first name. Sorry, guys. He's got pretty eyes, but he needs to pop that zit right there. His name is Cameron. He's from blank, Ohio, but tends to talk to girls online a lot. Just wondering if anyone else has been talking to him. Oh, I thought this had a lot of comments. Never mind. Look at this. This is it in me. Brandon. Short, fugly man with an even uglier personality. He uses women, talks badly to them, gaslights them, love bombs and isolates them, then cheats on you with your own friends, and goes. And God knows who else. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't take care of his kids. He lives with his aunt. He drives around with no insurance. George. Changing car to car, keeping dealer tags on. He can't even make a commitment to a car. More or less a female. How many other people have been talking to this guy so my friend can see how much worse he is than she thinks before she lets him back in to keep doing it? He is one, all the bad and narcissistic of them all. Just not physical that I'm aware of. Oh my gosh, that is sending me the short, ugly man. It's sending me to outer space. All these men look like a walking red flag. Like, walk away, ladies. Like, what is wrong with you? Oh my gosh. Listen to this one. Daniel, often around blank, drug addict, thief, physically and mentally abusive, and chronic cheater who has chlamydia. He's currently sleeping unprotected with several women who are clueless that he's infected and gaslights him to think they gave it to him and can provide all the proof needed privately. Women, please be safe out there. Oh, that's really sad because somebody shared this with him. And it says, whoever showed this to him, thanks, my life's in danger now. So thanks for that. That's sad. Why would somebody well, how does he know who it is? Because it's anonymous. I don't know. Well, I guess maybe he just guessed it was her. I don't know. What?
I'd be embarrassed to post on this.
Why? Because
I'm still with a freaking drug addict with chlamydia, and he's cheating on me. Who else is cheating on me? Who would post that? What the fuck? I'm a dumbass. A pathetic drug addict with STDs. I want to know who else is getting it too. What the fuck?
And they're just walking red flags too. This guy's got a jacked up truck, taller than he is. He looks like he's about 5'2", and he's got flip flops on. And he's got this in the picture. That's just a red flag, honey. Run. This guy's smiling like this.
He's the most normal looking one.
I know, it's a sad thing. Okay, been seeing this single guy for 2 months at this point. How many other people are seeing this man? Met him on Tinder. It seems like no one is really single these days. So spill the tea, ladies. Oh my gosh, because there's 52 comments. I gotta read this. Is that his last name? Because what a name. What's his name? I gotta know. His name is Mitch Handloser. Mitch Handloser.
It's a different name.
Is that his real last name? Because what a name. Facebook. Facebook dating. He's been on mine for months now. I've seen him on Tinder too. Okay. Somebody said his name is Red Flag.
He's a single guy hooking up on Tinder. What the hell?
And they're just like casually dating, didn't it say? They've just been seeing him for like a couple weeks. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He was posted 4 days ago by a female. That's his real name. I went to school with him. Hand Loser is the weirdest last name. Hand Loser. You know, they say we like get our last name from like where we came from, like blacksmith, Smith, and like Mills, worked in the mill, whatever. Hand Loser. Was he like airport giving hand jobs or something? What is that? Hand Loser. Tiny hands.
Family just kept getting their hands chopped off, just kept losing hands.
You're a witch. Hand Loser. What the hell is that? He's been talking to me for several weeks on there and trying to get me to come see him. However, I never did, and so glad that I didn't. So sorry this happened to you, girl. Glad you didn't. Also, he's talked and seen a lot of women at this point. Shaking my head. I just matched with him on Tinder yesterday. He was hitting me up for a date like a month ago on Snap. Does it every few months. Oh my gosh. Literally the sweetest human ever. Thank you for an amazing night.
I don't understand why everybody's so mad. They're on Tinder doing the same thing he is. Like, what the hell?
I know, but they're trying to meet somebody and settle down. They're not. You can meet people on Tinder, and it doesn't mean that you're just like one of have like 45. That's like going to.
Tinder's more of like a meet and fuck thing as opposed to.
No,
like
it's not. That's Grindr. And no, I know people that have met on Tinder. Okay, where did me and you meet?
We met in real life. We didn't meet on Tinder.
I know that, but we met like it's the same vibe.
He could have the same argument for all these women. He doesn't know what these women are doing on Tinder. If they're just.
If he's saying he wants to settle down with this girl and has been seeing her for a few weeks, like if after seeing me for a few weeks, well.
So I wouldn't trust all these women. If I met some woman on Tinder, I wouldn't trust her. She's probably still on Tinder if we're just together for a couple weeks. Her ass is probably still on Tinder too.
I would be on Tinder too, because.
Well, I mean, I don't know why he's such an asshole to everybody.
But there's like 30 girls, and he looks like dog shit. How is he getting 30
They're
girls?
probably talking to 30 dudes. If you're a halfway attractive woman on Tinder, you know, there's millions of dudes talking to you and everything else. They're talking right back to them. It's no different.
It's different.
It's sexist.
No, it's not, because if a woman is settling down.
What? No dude should be on Tinder at all.
Look at this. I talked to him for a while, then about a month ago blocked him because he was being super disrespectful and sending me pictures he had of him and other women having sex. What?
I tried to stick up for you. I'm sorry.
No, it's you.
If that comment hadn't been stated,
No, you can't stand back when you look like this, and there's like 30 girls that are saying, oh, he's like messaging me, he's messaging me, he's messaging. They're not messaging all these guys. It's not about them, it's about him.
whatever.
I wanted divorce. I would give you my wedding ring right now if it wasn't 30 sizes too big.
Why?
Because how can you stand up for him?
Because I wouldn't trust women on Tinder.
Brad, if me and you weren't together, like,
And if I met somebody on Tinder, I'm not going to trust her ass.
okay, that's
I'm going to think that she is a female hand loser.
you can't do that. You can meet people on Tinder.
You can't assume the guy isn't either.
He is. He literally is on like actually filming a video and he's on his phone. That's way ruder. Am I the asshole? My husband, 37, male, is on his phone while we're trying to film an ASMR video. And you let me know in the comments. Good. Thank you for watching. I hope you sleep well.